Everyone, welcome back to the underwhelming DLC for an otherwise quite good game. You're disgusting and I hate you. Let me go switch to somebody else. So... You know what? I think the mercenary would probably be quite good at that challenge thing if it actually crops up. So let's go for... Oh. They switched off of the skin that I was using before. That's weird. Huh. Oh, and then there's the other part about the mercenary, which is that he's got good air ability, so he can get us more newt altars. So we should be able to... That should help us get to the levels that we want to see a little bit more often, too, in theory. Of course, in practice, the game is still not going to give us jack diddly shit because of RNG. But you know how it is, I think. You've played a game that's heavy on random number generation, and you've presumably not liked it very much. Because it's kind of an awful thing to be grounded in on that level. I don't want to go pursue a whole golem for this particular drop. I'll just let it show up in my face, basically. Ah, of course. Like if these guys could like back up for a bit so I can get some work done here. And by that I mean so I could pick up an item. There we go. Wisp will probably do us nicely for a bit. Alright, so we're over here. And yeah, the newt altar didn't spawn on the lip. That's right. I don't think it does. I think I'm just misremembering. It does, however, sometimes spawn at the top of this archway. And this is a good call out this time. So, yoink! And down we go. Ah, yeah, I hear these guys encroaching. How about some missiles? That should do some nice crowd control damage. I mean, truth be told, that is not the correct item choice whatsoever. I should have taken the blunderbuss. But I wasn't thinking! You know, that's a thing that happens sometimes. You don't think. Now, I feel like I have enough backup magazines, so I should be able to start building real items now for any white drops that may be left. Which, I'm going to be honest with you, I highly doubt there's, like, any items left in the stage. I may have missed something in a canyon, but the answer there is probably a resounding no. Oh, well, there we go. There's at least one, so we can start in on... I mean, we're trotting at a decent pace here. I'm kind of tempted to just take syringes, but I'm going to take an energy drink, and I'm going to get lambasted by a bunch of these lizards. There we go. There's a syringe. It's like, where the hell is it? Oh my god, I missed so many items. Wow. And here I was like, oh yeah, there's probably nothing left in the stage. Yeah, no, that's not the case at all. Oh boy, a coin. Those feel like I've seen a lot more coin drops. So that's interesting how that's working out for us. Now we start picking up our regenerating scrap. We want to make sure that we get to a set of 5, so that way we can get a free red item every stage. Let's take a coffee cup now. Get ourselves a little bit more movement speed. Our attack speed is getting up there, so... Gasoline. Oh, I was trying to click on the tri-tip, but I'll take that too. Defensive item? That's not a bad choice. Especially if it just completely blocks instances of damage instead of just reducing them slightly. Hey, see, we stayed in the air pretty long there. That was fun. What's our... Oh, it's gun drone. Who cares? Those don't matter. Sentiment, which is almost accurate, really. Alright, now let's not forget our scrap. And off we go. Well, we're gonna grab ourselves a bunch of shells. And we're not taking the drugs just yet. We want to actually get the long gun. Although, actually, never mind. I will take the drugs now. I'm probably being a little premature by going to Old Man Land early like this, but we'll take a crack at it. It's very specifically because I delayed the Monday stream for a day, so that way I could start on this, like, as soon as it came out. So, yeah. Don't get used to it. It's a very special instance of me streaming something, starting a day late because the release date was on a Tuesday. You're just zooming here. Normal I mean, to be fair, that is probably what I usually would do, but I don't know. I decided to do it this way for some reason. It seemed more understandable at the time. Ah, well. Friday we'll probably be going over back to a randomizer of some kind. I don't know what yet, but we'll find out. Start taking the quick glasses so we can get some DPS up here. Now, if only I could remember where all the chests were on this map. I think one of them's pretty far out. No, it's not all the way out there. I don't come here very often because usually this area is not very good. And you have to come here either in lieu of going to a Newt altar, a shop rather, or instead of selecting a specific stage at the shop, which can often be a bit of a pain if the other selection is a stage you want, a stage that's like easier to play in. And that'll be the fourth chest. There's only 4 items in here, so we're good to go now. We just have to actually get all of these. We have to actually just get the money in order to do this. So now I need more monsters to spawn in, basically, because now is when the game's going to be like, oh yeah, you've cleaned things up, and it's pretty early in the rotation, so we're going to take forever to spawn stuff. And hopefully it's not just garbage lizards for the next, like, hour and change or something, basically, however long it takes me to raise. 66 times, like, I think it's 7 pylons you have to hit for this. Three, 4, 5, 6. Just 6? I thought it was 7. 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it is 7. Pardon me. One of them I just missed because I couldn't see it very well. It's as simple as that. So we just get a couple more dudes and we can get going here. Oh yeah, I hear him spawning in. Ah, here we go. We got golems. These are worth a lot of money. All right. We should have enough now to start the event here. Only 67 regular enemies in the game, though, huh? Interesting. Alright, well, there's our boss. There's the Aurelianite, but we're not ready for that just yet. We're still got to hit one more before we can damage it. And yeah, that Saturn ring effect that's been so popular lately to make a Homestar Runner reference that I'm sure, like, nobody gets any of those anymore. I'm old. Anyway. So that's the one we have to go to, is the green portal. Oh, for the love of crap, I screwed it up. Excellent. Well, whatever. We may still have a chance to do this later. And to be fair, we're probably not, like, geared up enough for it anyway, so... Admittedly, getting a bit of a mulligan on that might have been okay in the long run. Oh yeah, I know Jake Hoper and he's got the Trogdor stuff. I haven't watched him in a bit, though. Probably because, like, every time that I actually get the notification around the time, he's doing Link to the Past. And Link to the Past is, well, not my favorite game. It's okay, but meh. But hey, folks doing whatever they feel like they enjoy most, go for it. Also, I think he is still, like, counting off how many streams he's done this year. Which is real strange, because it's like, oh, hey, yeah, it starts early in the year. It makes sense. As now we're getting all the way down to September, and it's like, huh. I wasn't expecting you to continue going with that. Is he trying to hit, like, a specific number of it, or is it just a thing that he started doing because why not? It's my curiosity there. Trogdor sprite for Link to the Past? Yeah, I would imagine that wouldn't necessarily translate super well to that sort of medium. Of course, part of that is also because a lot of the retro gaming related subject matter in Homestar Runner hits a level of retro that is even more retro than something like that as a rule. Not all of it, obviously. I mean, the very first Homestar Runner cartoon was actually made entirely in Mario Paint. I think even the voices were a Mario Paint sound thing, which is kind of neat. Yeah, see, because that's closer to what that kind of stuff is based on. Although even then, that doesn't quite go far enough back compared to a lot of the retro visual shit in Homestar Runner is is based on the Atari. On the Atari 2600, I guess I should say specifically, because saying the Atari is, you know, there were more than just one major Atari console. I'm not talking about the Jag or the Lynx. We, I think, are mostly aware of the Atari 5200. And some of us have probably even heard of the Atari 7800. Probably never played on one, though, and I don't necessarily blame anyone for that. Although, to be quite honest with you, I don't know a single Atari 5200 or 7800 game off the top of my head. And if asked about an Atari Jaguar game, I immediately cite the Bubsy game for it. Which sounds like a shitpost, but it wasn't. Well, okay, the game itself was of quality, but... You know, and by of quality, I mean of quality appropriate to the Jaguar. I.e., it was quite bad. In fact, I would almost say that Bubsy for the Jag, despite being a 2D platformer, is almost a worse game than Bubsy 3D. And yes, I have played Bubsy 3D, so I feel like I have a place where I can actually say that. I'm not, you know, I'm not just spouting off shit to be, like, annoying. No, I'll save that for the guy in the middle of the desert in FF10. That's not what he's saying, etc., etc. Listen, don't ruin this for me. It's a great joke, I swear. We gotta deal with these Grossmans real quick. Ew! Of course, a command essence for the top tier of the void items, and both of them are, like, useless. Well, okay, one of them is not technically horrible. The pluripotent larva is a usable item. It's just an auto-revive that corrupts all your corruptible items. But the benthic bloom is absolute dog because it replaces an item that gives you more rolls on anything that's RNG based with something that slowly ruins your entire build. It's kind of awful. I can't believe it's even an item in the game in any serious capacity. Like, somebody had to sign off on that one in particular, but yeah, one second. I'm adjusting my seating situation here and the fan so I can keep cool. It is significantly less blisteringly hot out than it was today. And I believe that we're not going to see the kind of inclement weather that we had at the end of the stream yesterday, which was a real great thing, by the way, because it was disgustingly hot outside yesterday, and I was trying to avoid going outside until later to take the garbage cans out, but it was thunderstorming practically the entire night. I was up until like 2 in the morning waiting for the thunderstorms to end, so that way I could take the fucking garbage cans out. Like, eesh. It's okay, I managed to get the cans out before a couple hours before the truck showed up, so everything is fine. But I was a little bit concerned. hit that and go back here. Ready to pick this thing up and take aim. And of course, we're going to take a phase of just massive stat loss. Yeah. But on the other hand, I really wanted that item, and I'll make up for it by just buying more shells at the Newt shop until basically the cooldown becomes like a second. All right, and off we go. As we arrive on our glass bones and paper skin. Alright, go through the ice world. Pop this open, and realistically, we should take something that makes us stronger, but I'm also kind of tempted to take that thing first. Yeah, let's take the sonorous whispers. Again, I have guaranteed crits. I probably should be taking the laser sights like already just to get my DPS up. But I think I can manage for the moment. Ah, yes, those bright visual effects. Good ol', good ol'. Ah, yes, the mini magma worms feel like kind of terrible. Mostly because they spend so long being invincible, but you also just know they're there for so long. I'm not a huge fan of it, we'll just say. Also, it really feels like the physics of launching the Void Mites, or whatever they were called, is significantly different after this X-Pack. So they've screwed that up somehow. Great work to Randy Pitchford and everybody else who was involved. I'm not going to say what he was busy doing in the sessions, but technically speaking, he isn't a programmer, I don't think. He's just a businessman. But also, I mean, fuck that guy anyway. It's very easy to make fun of him, and he deserves it all the time because he's a scumbag. God, yeah, how did that thing get all the way the fuck downtown in that period of time? Are you kidding me? Like, what? That doesn't make any sense. Even by this game's tortured logic. That thing just appeared somewhere. Oh, that one's a use item. Ooh, I can tell that from the orange streak it emitted when it dropped. I think the command essence needs to look a little different too, or have like a properly different color glow. But that's just me. Probably just me anyway. I'm a scrub. Anything else left here? I don't believe so. So I'm gonna hit the portal and probably be disappointed. Oh, good. We got a magma worm. Well, died like instantly, so. Wow, I'm not sure what hit me there, but okay. No, actually, I couldn't see what it was. It could have been one of the Mogwai shots, which seem like they're a lot harder to see now, just in general, so. I mean, there's that possibility. I probably need to hurry it the hell up, but I got an item. Let's buy a Sail Star. And get ourselves some extra items in future stages. Because, quite frankly, why not, right? I can say, where the hell is the portal? I can see the glow. Oh god, that's strong. Oh boy. I don't know why this screen is so, like, monstrously powerful. I've even had this screen for 10 years. Maybe I really do need to start streaming wearing sunglasses. I keep entertaining the idea of getting these, like, lamp worker sunglasses every once in a while. Not because that's a thing that I do, but because they have these purple lenses, so they kind of look cool. And they filter light out quite heavily in a very interesting way. That they're safety equipment kind of thing. And like every time this happens, gee, it feels more like it should be a real thing, but for me. But yeah. Pocket ICBM is going to add a ton of damage for us. Actually, I wonder how absolutely, like, horribly screwed up that would make looking at a computer screen. I guess next time I have, like, $70 or something. I mean, obviously, like, a good pair would be significantly more expensive, as it should be, being vital safety equipment. Well, okay, asterisk. It shouldn't be that expensive to get build quality, I guess. Would be a better way to put it. But also, hey, in a world where that is the case, then, yeah. You should be able to buy a large amount of build quality relative to the amount of money that you spend on something, basically, and yeah. But I think we've already basically talked about how absolutely everything in this world is a total ripoff on various occasions throughout this entire series of me streaming any video games, period, over the past several years. Like, God, I've been at this for a truly bizarre amount of time. Oh, I don't need those anymore. Oops. Well, okay, now I guess I've got 11 of those for some reason. Nice. It's even a green item, too. Where's my harvester scythe? There we go. That will help us out a little bit, in theory. Let's take another shield generator. Warhorns can be the next big item we get in greens, I guess. I love that I'm getting those kills so fast that and at just the right time where it can't switch attack patterns. That feels pretty good. I'm enjoying that immensely. Ah! Alright, we should probably pick up our rings. Because for whatever reason, we don't have those yet. Oh, yeah, that thing dropped an item, alright. Ceremonial dagger. Take a teddy bear. Getting a nice sort of mix of things here because, yeah, we may as well do a little bit of that. Oh, yeah, I should remember to get a war horn. Right. Next time I see a green. That and a Reynolds band. And then I think we've got, like, at least one of all of our core items, and we can start upgrading stuff as we see fit. Ooh, another one of these. Heck yeah. Alright, so now we can pick up crowbars for some damage. I probably also should move on to things that give me a greater, to things that give me more speed and stuff. Shit. I forgot what I was looking for here. Hang on a second. I think I'm actually pretty safe right now, so that's why I'm... Shuriken? Oh yeah, Warhorn, that's right. I mean, a Shuriken might be useful too, but I'm taking a feather for now. Little bit more getting around. Alright, that lava stage really sucks, by the way. Well, let's try to go somewhere else. And yes, I am going to get this many more shells, because at this point, why not? Right? That up. And yeah, see how much more damage we're doing to the newt? It's a lot more. That's for sure. Something's hopping around somewhere. I'm not completely sure where it is. But that massive outpouring of daggers is helping us get a lot of work done. That's pretty good. Excuse me. Green item. Let's take a wax quail, because that might help us get around a little bit better. Again, especially if we're trying to go to that trial. Once we find it a million years from now. Take some more goat hoofs. Hooves. Perhaps I should get another energy drink, because that's quite strong, and if we're going to be sprinting around as much as we are, that might come in handy. Yeah, sure, we're going to take chance dolls, and we're going to start trying to get better things out of Shrines of Chance, because those are probably going to be common occurrences. The way this game is. Yeah, see, I told you these things are going to be valuable. And, I mean, we may not be able to force them to give us inherently a red every time, but if we can make them give us at least a green every time, that's pretty good, too. God, that right mouse button is getting real messed up. I should have bought a new mouse. But I didn't realize there was an issue, so, eh. We did get the blue orb, right? I think I saw it, but I'm not sure. Well, now I don't know, so I gotta make sure I go find it again. Or at least make sure that I remember to set the thing to loop. Well, yeah, that happens. It's true. It's the thing I do once in a while. Ooh. Are these just hanging out? That's nice. There it is. It makes sense why I haven't seen it. Why I haven't gotten the orb yet is because I haven't been over here yet. No, I have. I just didn't go up to the upper floor. That's all. Close enough. Pick this up? No. But I have now, and we're getting a crowbar out of it. Alright. Hit that. And go rush back to the location where that gun is. And there's a bunch of stuff that I missed somehow, by the way. Oh god, Alright. Let's grab some more missiles to upgrade the damage on that. And, how about a whip? That'll help us really motor along when we're out of combat. That is a... I'm trying to... It's a healing drone. Incinerator drone. Get the crowbar. There we go. All right. Now let's get the heck out of here. Don't look directly into the portal. That is. I guess we can go find out. Let's take the bazooka. Erupting from the flora. So this is interesting. By that I mean it's an environment I've never seen before, so it's at least got that going for it. Take a death mark just for the fun of it, really. I like how that's blinking. It's pretty amusing. Actually, a lot of the lights around here blink. Set that and leave it. Oh hey, we've got not full-size gups spawning. That's an odd one. It's an odd choice. I'm not sure I completely understand you game, but alright, you do you. Alright, so there's our exit portal. Let's get a little bit more area of effect damage here. Get shot by a wisp, I guess. Tougher times. And zip off. Offer a Shrine of Shaping. Yeah, I still don't really know what this does, but we're gonna check it out anyway. And really, 30% of our max HP is not that big of a deal. Hey, a logbook entry. Wow, it's been forever since I've gotten one of those. I haven't seen a single newt altar here yet. I'm not a big fan of that particular issue. Oh, here's a whole undercave that I almost missed. Or have I been here before? I don't think I have, but the reason why I was thrown off is because it's like, hey, yeah, there's no items to pick up. That's because there's nothing that spawned here, apparently. Is there nothing in this corner? There is not. There's nothing in this corner. Huh. That's weird. Not even a way out. So how do you get out of this, huh? There's gotta be a way, right? Yeah, there we go. It's right back up. I don't think it's really necessary to go to that map with the Halcyon. I could, I suppose. Did I get warped back down from that? Just some grass texture floating in it. Ooh, boy. That's odd, is all I can say about that. Yeah, I can't go on top of that. I just get warped back. So, yeah, wherever the hell the Newt Shrine is, I don't fucking know. Where was the other thing? You know what? Sure, let's go and Halcyon Shrine it up. Hey! Cool, I didn't see there was one of those. Wish I could feed this thing faster. What? I revived. I don't know what revived me, but I guess it was that thing. Oh god. Pick up the items. I didn't even see the items. I was too busy freaking out because I got murdered. Tune here is really good, though. I'll give it that. Alright, well, there's the portal. Already. I don't know if I need to hit it so fast, but And that would help us on our way pretty quickly. Picking those up. You know what? I feel like now is a fair time to start on another collection of scrap. Yep, and this has led me nowhere. Oh no, I thought for a second that was a dropship, but no, it's just one of these chuckleheads. It's alright. It's dead nice and quickly. There's a dropship. Yeah, I don't think we've gotten one this map, right? I mean, didn't get that item. Alright. We're doing alright, I think. Doing okay. Decently. Not horribly, I guess. Or something. Always fun to just dash around so hard that I just keep popping the bubble, by the way. That's pretty great. Just a constant thing. There we go. That's what I was looking for, was an item tube. That way whenever a boss shows up, I can go get that molten perforator. Assuming the boss doesn't die before I'm able to get over here. That's always a bit of an issue. No, I'm gonna go stand by that for a minute or so. And see if anything spawns real quick that I can pop with this. Actually, no, forget it. Let's just run the timer out. Be done goofed. Getting too strong for our own good here. At least for that specific thing. Now surely the game is going to be really reluctant to spawn bosses, right? That's how this goes. Game's really a pain in the ass. Ah! I'm sorry, I thought I had time to sit here and check my phone for any incoming mail because I get spam all the time, basically. I want to get rid of it. Drives me nuts. Arg, etc. No can do. Yeah, pretty much, huh? I'm mildly disappointed. Like, the chef isn't even good. They managed to fuck that up. Then again, I shouldn't really be surprised. Oh, hello. Reassurance. Yeah, that's the healing one. I shouldn't be surprised anyhow. I mean, again, classic Gearbox. Right? And yet, here we are. Oh, also, hey, yeah, neat. We got dropped, God, what's it called? We got dropped one of the elite enchants, basically. I've just forgotten what the actual name of the type of item is, other than it being equipment. Anyway, this I can recognize as an alternate version of the new stage. So, I mean, hey. Neat looking, I think. An old guillotine might be nice for cutting down the max HP of elite mobs. Ooh, I see we've got the storm portal here, so I'm probably going to end up just going for that. Another Kilimanjaros, and... Again, see if I can locate where the gun is positioned. So that way I can get it and I can force spawn something to give me that molten perforator. But at this point, I probably need to, like, just... God, I need to stop taking bajillions of damage from, like, absolute fuck nowhere. Where even were... Those guys are just behind me, basically, but also... Yeah, I'm over here, like, planning and stuff, and the game's just like, hey, what if we were really annoying about this? And I mean, I guess, hey, yeah, it's your prerogative, game. You're permitted to do that. Alright, so there's our gun. And I think I've internalized how to get there. Alright, now book it. There we go. Alright, molten perforator. Take another feather, because at this point I probably need that. What if we were real gearbox? Yeah, exactly. That's kind of what they did, is they were just like, hey, yeah, what if we just, like... See, every time I think about a Gearbox product that's not a part of a franchise that they developed, I can only think, okay, what if they were quote-unquote fans of only the very earliest material from a series, and they just truly did not get it? Because, yes, I hate to say it, but Risk of Rain 1 was a very badly balanced game. Which Risk of Rain 2 is significantly better balanced. But this DLC kind of swings the arm in the other direction of being, like, very badly balanced, but not necessarily in such a good way. You know, not in as much of a fun way, although they did give us an item that is basically the 56-leaf clover. So we can get drops off of elites. So that's fun, but there's also a lot of stuff that's just kind of like absolute dog. Shut up, Lears. I'm doing a bit here. But also it's like, hey, yeah, they really don't always get all of the, all the nuance of how that sort of thing was. Like, hey, yeah, they brought back the chef and they basically didn't really do much to make him work better in 3D. And in fact, he works a lot worse in 3D. Which, you know, kind of reminds me of how the Artificer in Risk of Rain Returns is like, but I digress. Yeah, exactly. They brought back the chef and they didn't let him cook. But to be very hyperbolic and extremely overdramatic here, it reminds me on some level a little bit of how Duke Nukem Forever was handled. In particular, it reminds me of that one part that, like, everybody has agreed on is really creepy. That, in fact, I wish I could remember the name of, so that way I could name check it properly, but until then, you're just gonna have to remember it yourself. And it's the part with, like, all the women that are trapped in the cave, and it's implied that they're being sexually abused by these aliens, and Duke replies to the whole sordid affair with this sort of sarcastic, "Looks like you're fucked" sentence, and it's like really kind of way overkill in terms of that sort of thing, and just like not great. I feel like that's a little bit further than Duke Nukem tends to go, but admittedly I'm not a Duke Nukem expert here, but again, it feels like something that would have been slightly Well, maybe they would have just been afraid to do it back then. Definitely not exactly suited for when it came out, though. I'll tell you that for fucking sure. Something, maybe it was a bad idea to release a Duke Nukem game in the 21st century, but eh. Okay, so I believe I've hit all the pylons here. Now what do I do? Because I don't know if I have to, like, keep killing dudes, or if more of the pylons will show up, or what. This part of proceedings is extremely confusing. Yeah, fair. Like, again, it's one of those things where, like, the culture had kind of changed. That we kind of acknowledge that this sort of, like, well, what really is making light of sexual assault was kind of going a little too far. And no longer acceptable. Which, hey, I'm not here to give my whole political opinions on shit, but... yeah, exactly. They could have done it in, like, I don't know, when Duke Nukem Forever was first announced. And people would probably have been like, yeah, okay. And conveniently, every retrospective review would forget about that part of the game. And then you'd have a bunch of kids cropping in on Twitter to, you know, basically to make everybody involved, including the youths, look a lot worse. Which is almost unfortunate in a way. But yeah, not great timing. And I feel like not reading the room is also kind of a hallmark of a lot of Gearbox scripts. Oh, I forgot to pick up that feather. Wow. Good job almost eating it alive there, chest. So, yeah, now I'm at a point where I'm just like, okay, do I have to do something I've got to do something in that shop room, don't I? That there's, like, a teleporter there. Or something that'll take me to the bonus boss. There's supposed to be a bonus boss attached to this, is the deal. And that's how we unlock this last character that we don't have yet. And I sincerely am not sure what the deal is. Do I, like... okay, so... I don't see what specifically I'd need to, like, activate if there's an activate and there's no prompt for it yet. This is really confusing. Oh, spiral. Maybe this will be a little bit more, Ooh, I see. So there was another geode up here. And, hi there, giant Providence statue. Oh, I get it. He's styled like the Providence from the first game. Wow, so cool. What a late epic reference to a video game from my childhood. Well, we done it. You know, I'm surprised that isn't, like, a thing that exists. I mean, there's some parts of that, if I recall correctly, to FF5. Not completely, but a little bit of, like, they were trying some of the idea. But again, not all the way there. I said 5, right? I said FF5. I just want to make sure, because I have this weird habit of, like, accidentally saying the wrong words. So... Offer an item to be reborn? What? What if I give you this thing? Achieve experienced rebirth. So... What happens now? Unset it, yeah. That would be how this works. Okay, so it ended our run. We got gifted with rebirth. We've unlocked a new character. This item will now randomly appear in runs, so there's that. This artifact is now available. Cleared Prime Meridian. Yeah, so we got a new costume for the mercenary. Hooray. Another life by offering. Seriously, what the fuck does that mean, dude? Is it just that it... Send a Petrichor Fit 5 with gifts from a previous... Okay, so, does this just keep adding stuff every time we complete the challenge and we offer an item to the Providence statue, to the shrine? So I fed it an Aurelianite seed because I didn't know what the fuck it was going to do for me. So now I've given it the most useless thing possible. Sweet. I am never going to see a fucking yellow printer, am I? Interesting, though, I think. So what's our new outfit look like? Frail. Oh, are we in like a... We're in like extremely different armor and we got this. That's kind of neat, actually. So who's our new guy? The False Sun. Oh, really? Slow but stalwart, close range. And please stay in the fray and capitalize on slow but deadly skills. Okay, so what's up here? Every unused looter spike gives +5 attack speed and +2.5 armor. Used spikes give +5% move speed and +2.5 health regen. Hold the primary button. Swing the club at nearby enemies for damage. Hold primary and secondary. Charge slam for 100. Gain additional spikes through growth. That's a helpful description. Fuck you, game. Dash short distance, generating explosion. For each enemy hit, 2 uses. Charge up to 1.5 seconds to fire a rapidly hitting laser for 30 to 175% damage. 4 seconds and refills lunar spikes. So this is sounding a little bit Kill 15 enemies with 1 activation of Laser of the Father. That's easy, but it will take us a while to grind up to, probably. So that's actually the last, like, content for us to unlock, is gaining that. Well, okay, that's not true. We still have to gain Chef's, whatever this is, but that requires us to actually get to a stage with Bison in it. And the Chef, is incredibly awkward. So that may end up being a bit of a, like, long... Mike Bison, listen to you. It's a good reference, though. Good old, speaking of X-Death, right? Oh god, you're not kidding when we say that we're slow, jeez. And of course, the game has the audacity to send these dudes at us, right? Oh, that lasts a while. Getting 15 kills with that will not be hard. That's right, Gerard C. Rivers. That was his name. I am very bad at a lot of names, so I was like, what was it? Oh, you are slow. Yeah, it's... Well... Oh god, I feel absolutely, like, useless with only one jump now. Oh, the backlash is kicking in, folks. That laser lasts so long, it's hilarious. Unfortunately, we kind of have absolutely nothing to our name right now. So... We're not having a great time here. We started off in an absolutely dreadful position for what we're dealing with here. Oh my god, that would actually be real good. I mean, there's part of me that wants to go, well, technically there is already a Clubba model that already exists. Because, I mean, they had to get the key artwork and the sprites for all of everything in the DKC series somewhere. But also, where the hell are you going to find that? Like, what, are you expecting to find a 30-year-old Silicon Graphics workstation somewhere on the Eid Bay that still has everything on its hard drive? You're out of your fucking mind. And especially if, God help you, you want it at a price that you can afford. What kind of a cretin do you think you are asking for that? Actually, I assume by now that that stuff is already, like, owned by anyone out there who's into all of the, like, you know... I'm always of two minds, by the way, about stuff like that, about, like, hey, yeah, there's specific groups dedicated to, like... doing all of the releases of unreleased content of games. Because on the one hand, I think it's very cool that there is a community of people who have gotten together to go, yeah, we're gonna do this. We're gonna make this happen on the internet. We're gonna... But also, on the other hand, it does kind of suck that it's like, oh, hey, yeah, any unused game content, it's like, hey, yeah, you gotta sit around waiting for Hidden Phallus to release it, and it's just like... Sure, but it would be cool to see an independent person pull something like that out of nowhere. But I think that's just always the way that, you know, any sort of anything that gets too centralized starts to feel bad. But maybe that's just me. Also, this level is goddamn barren. Like, wow. Oh boy, there's a gong show. We can get screwed on drops. Oh no, that one's actually good. It gave us one immediately. Never mind. Ah! Getting a little saucy over there. So good. I love that move. That's... This character is kind of ass because he is slower than any single anything I've ever seen, but also he's a melee character, so like that's the worst possible type of character to be this absolutely mortifyingly slow. Once again, by the way, shout outs to this DLC for being full of melee dudes. And the only ranged character feels like absolute butt to play. But I do approve of that death ray that takes like 800 years. That's pretty neat. So this might be a case, by the way, where Artifact of Spirit is really good if we have that. We have that, right? That's a thing that exists in this game. I forget. Probably not, actually. It would be great here. So, Aghanim Scepter was only in Risk of Rain 1. As I start to be the schmuck who calls it Aghanim Scepter, it technically it's called the Ancient Scepter, but it's clearly a reference to the Aghanim Scepter from Dota. Here's a fun fact, by the way, is that in Dota 2, the only character who calls Aghanim Scepter before the part where Valve was just making their own characters was Razor. That line is disabled in the game for some reason, but yeah, for some reason the stupid Electric Ghost is the only guy who knows who calls it out by name. I think Rubik makes reference to it because there is a lore character in Dota called Aghanim that Rubik is the son of, but none of you people give a shit about that. In fact, none of you people give a shit about the Razor fact, so... Anyway, Razor was actually, like, in my mains back when I played Dota for a little while. Because you could do some very funny stuff with him. Most notably, the strat that I usually use as Razor was to get Aghanim Scepter and the Refresher Orb. So, Scepter lets his Storm Summoning thing hit buildings. And with Refresher Orb, you get ready and you cast another one. For some god unknown reason, they let you have 2 out if you could refresh it. So I would just do that, and I would just walk up to people's bases. And, you know, usually they would bone up sooner rather than later, but if they didn't, I would just, like, tear down an entire lane as soon as I got that set going. It was also disgustingly expensive, so, for anyone out there who is listening for some reason and is like, I really want to play Dota, don't try what I was suggesting. It's not a good strategy, but it's real funny when people are too stupid to handle it. Anyway, yes, I do kind of, yeah, that's a pretty good suggestion, is do not play Dota at all. I would strongly advise against getting into it. You'll mostly just end up being very, very annoyed if you do it, especially when you're hanging out online. I haven't had great experiences in that department. Anywho, speaking of departments I haven't had great experiences in, the placement of the Void Mites when they come out of the Void Cradles after the DLC release. They seem to act a little bit funny now. And not in a particularly, you know, entertaining sort of way. Get out of my kiosk! Anyway, sorry. I was just club posting briefly. Thanks, Lears. Ya landlubbers. There we go. God, I gotta watch those again sometime. Brian was a very entertaining fellow. And still is, in fact, but, you know, hasn't posted to YouTube in many a year, but I don't necessarily blame him. He's got a thing going that he enjoys, and it gets attention, unlike his Chrono Trigger talk-through. Or Ogre Battle, for that matter. So, hey. More power to him. Let's take that Weeping Fungus, because we may not sprint super well, but we could use more health regen, right? That's always good. Alright. Gong Show? You feel like giving me items fast? No. Of course not. But I'm in too deep and my gambling addiction is too fucking strong for me to not... Hey! It paid off, everybody. We're up to 4 goat hooves and now we're motoring. Now we've got some actual movement speed to us. You know, we moved about as fast as the rock before, but now we move about as fast as the rock that's going down a slight downhill... a slight downhill, I forget the word here, not incline, because incline would be if you were going up. I mean, technically it is an incline because the other way around, but listen. I'm not here for that technicality bullshit. Revives the user when killed or dead allies on activation, consumed on use. Ooh. They've been going absolutely nuts with all of the resurrection effects in this, by the by. Oh boy. Well, unfortunately, I don't control the ads. Otherwise, I would, I don't know, I'd find something music related? Question mark? I don't know. Anywho. Yeah, I do find it very unfortunate that a lot of PC related stuff in general is going the way of like, oh, this will be really good for its ability to do stuff with AI. Because, yeah, I see that like all the time I still get email ads from, like, I think I get email ads from Dell, and I definitely get them from Newegg, because I've actually bought PC parts from Newegg in the past year or so. And a lot of that stuff is just like, hey, by the way, you know, these PCs that'll be, you know, good for AI stuff. And it's like, who fucking cares, man? I'm not doing that. What kind of an asshole do you think I am? Like, I think the amount of times when I've been like, hey, yeah, I could really use AI for this have been extremely minimal. And even then, it's like, hey, yeah, why would I? Again, not that kind of an asshole. Anyway. Yes. I think that FF14 ads would probably be the thing, yeah. You know, the exceptional Dawn Trail expansion. Exceptional, more like exceptionally the writers, you know, the rubber band snapped the other way or something. Which, I mean, yeah, I know you're no great fan of Endwalker, and I get it, and I kind of agree that Endwalker has some not as positive moments, to put it nicely. But also, like, geez, it really is kind of Stormblood 2.0 in terms of quality. You know, I think that Dawn Trail, they done goofed on a lot of things significantly worse. Let's just say. Yes, I enjoyed Shadowbringers quite a bit. Lears is a significantly harsher critic than I am for a lot of this stuff. Oh god, I'm taking so much damage. I ain't need this game. So, yeah, you've just reached Kugane. Okay, so... from a story perspective, you're probably mostly at about the part of Stormblood where things are at their best. then again, I don't know how much attention you're necessarily paying to that, but for me, I think that one of the big moments of a lot of that stuff is like, oh god, we're back to taking disgusting amounts of damage. I need to hash things out here a little better. That's really weird in that case, but I don't know, maybe they were in too much of a rush from spending so much time on the graphics update. Hopefully you can taste the air quotes. Or at least sense them in some way. Maybe taste is not the word I want here, but for multiple reasons. So, Stormblood, content-wise, Stormblood is quite fun. Just try not to think too much about the story, because, yeah, in our opinion, and in a lot of other people's opinions, it did not go very well. One of the big problems, for example, that I will say about Stormblood, because this one is really hard to ignore, is the fact that it just seems like they wanted to have that they were working on two different stories, and neither of them were long enough to make a full expansion pack. So you have the stuff in Doma and the Far East in general, and you have the stuff in Alamigo. And the Alamigo storyline ends up seriously falling by the wayside in terms of general level of completeness. Technically, I suppose that the Doma storyline is like a complete story. It does have some moments of questionable quality, but otherwise it works, I think. I think it's probably fair to call it a complete story, but wait, doesn't he come back in one of the... I could have sworn he did come back in a like a role quest or something. In the Dawn Trail, in the Endwalker era. Yeah, anyway, yes, it is true, though, that they do kind of basically drop the Stormblood crew. They do that a lot. Like, a lot of characters just don't have a whole lot of lifespan. Like, it always kind of comes back to the same, like, 5 or 6 dudes. And listen, I like the core cast of 14. I think that Thancred and Urianger are probably my favorites, because I'm a fucking loser. But I think that it is kind of like a little bit sad how not good they are at balancing out the use of any of the other characters in the stories, it feels like. But not a sim for Y'shtola? Not really. I'm kind of meh on Y'shtola. She's alright. The twins are insufferable. I mean, that's fair. Alice is one Cockney accent away from being Kid. I mean, wait. I'm sorry, I was rewatching Alan's Chrono Cross playthrough, and I just got up to the part where you re-add like all the Viper guys to your party, and Kid attacks Radius's compound with Dark Surge, And I'm just sitting there like, why the fuck are you doing this, you stupid idiot? You know that he is Lynx. But anyway, I digest. I'm being a little bit mean here. Yeah, Urianger and Thancred are kind of my faves out of the main cast. A lot of the rest are variable quality. Y'shtola is like, every time I think about Y'shtola, though, I think about the fact that it seems like at one point they just kind of forgot that she was blind until they remembered and brought that back. But, yeah. Speaking of which, it feels like Sid hasn't been the most active. He's mostly in side stuff. I would like to see him be a core cast member. You know, get him to come out and be like, "Hey, I'm a new class that summons a giant mech." You know, he can be like the cannoneer or something because they've already got a machinist. But they have a huge cast. They just don't do anything with them, you know? And I think that kind of sucks because I would like to see at least a little more variety. What should we grab here? Let's take one of these. Oh yeah, pick it up properly, dumbass. It's a void item. But also, I'm gonna be, I don't know how much of a common opinion this is, but I'm one of those people who thinks that Garlemald really got the short end of the stick in Endwalker as an expansion, like, excuse me, as a thing that they were exploring. Pardon me. Anyway, we don't get a newt shop here either because this game is a dick. It really doesn't like me today. Sheesh. Oh well, we're still gonna farm these regen scraps. You don't like Dad, Thancred? I mean, to be fair, it's also kind of rough watching Thancred sometimes when he's so fucking bad at that. I mean... But, anyway. Yeah, no, I just kind of want to take a moment to, once again, put that I think Garlemald deserved an actual arc in the previous expansion, because we were going there and we were supposed to be helping things out, but that lasted for about the length of a usual location in the... And again, Garlemald is pretty major in the plot. They're a very important place, and we go back there for like a dungeon, but that's mostly it. Exactly, yeah. Endwalker has a lot of that specific flaw of Stormblood, where it definitely feels like two undercooked stories that they hastily jammed together. Of the end of the world story and the Garlemald story. And the wrong one suffered for it. And then they enter the patches and they're just like, well, let us never speak of this again. Let's do a massive tribute to FF4. Which FF4 is a perfectly fair game to make a massive tribute to. I'm not here to dump ass on that. Not to the extent that I would dunk on FF9 getting a massive tribute, mostly because FF9, as much as I love FF9, and I'm not here to... Listen, I'm not here to get myself, you know, absolutely, you know, I don't want to start a fucking war here by saying something too bad about FF9. It's a good game. It's a fine story. It's also the game in the early phase of Final Fantasy's history because it was the 10th anniversary game. It's the game that was the most obsessed with masturbating to the series' legacy at that point. And some people will say that inherently I'm being mean with my choice of words, and you're probably right, but it is like, I don't know, once you start getting to a point of you're making this whole X pack that is based off of that, it does kind of feel like a bit of a circle, right? Time is a flat circle, etc. You know, one of the favorite phrases of folks nowadays, time is a flat circle, and that is the specific point in which time is being a flat circle in the Final Fantasy franchise right now. But yeah, in terms of the quality of the X-Packs as story, or X-Packs, in terms of the quality of the patches of Endwalker as story, I kind of don't remember too well about a lot of it, other than the fact that it's like, hey, yeah, it's they were redoing FF4. That's fair. At least they chose a reasonable, like, starting point, right? You could have had a worse concept. That is absolutely a true statement that I think is kind of a problem with a lot of MMORPGs in general over the last couple of periods of, like, there's a very, again, pardon me if this is a very out-of-pocket thing to say, but it feels like this sort of shonen-ification of a lot of the genre. Because I also played through the original PSO2, and I played through part of PSO2 New Genesis, basically up until the game was like, hey, yeah, sometimes a little eugenics is good, actually, because it helped us survive on this horribly planet that wanted to kill us. Like, WTF, you guys were not even hiding this as a thing. Jesus, Sega. Anyway, that they have a lot of those very, very anime-inspired beats. And again, from a very specific subgenre of anime, because obviously it's not all, you know, you can't roast an entire fucking art form. That doesn't actually work. With sincere apologies to anybody who ever posted on something awful. And in fact, even that's a bit of a stretch. So I'm literally doing what I just said you can't do. But that's part of the joke, maybe? No, I'm just being belligerent. Anyway. Right. And just in general, I think part of this is also that I am not exactly vibing on much of any level, really, with the specific part of this direction, which is that I'm getting murdered horribly again. God, I really need the tonic really badly. of the sort of level of you being like the story's black hole a little bit for a lot of these games. Which is why I sort of, on some level, with a very large amount of footnotes and caveats, appreciate that Dawn Trail was a story focused around a singular other character. That they decided, hey, we're going to do stories about our supporting casts and they're going to be real people instead of just you who the entire story is. Well, part of that is also that I'm slower than hell, Retro, to be fair. This guy is not a mobile character whatsoever. Not a mobile game character either whatsoever. With hope that Risk of Rain mobile game will disappear under the bulk of its own smugness about the idea of it existing. Anywho, on the other hand, again, the big asterisk of this has nothing to do with the quality of writing of Dawn Trail, even though, again, I wasn't super impressed with how Dawn Trail was written, and there are a lot of moments where I did not like Wook Lamont as a character. But more specifically, it's the part of like, hey, you're gonna do this 10 years into your game. Now you're gonna suddenly have the realization, after we literally had 2 fucking X-Packs where one of the villains was just your stalker. And it's the same guy in both of them too, which is funny, but, and by funny I mean funny weird, not funny haha. And by funny weird, not funny haha, I mean funny a little bit boring, not funny haha. Yeah, I mean pretty much that's I mean, hey, yeah, Xenos is basically your stalker. Xenos just wants to fight you because he's like, hey, yeah, you're the toughest cat in town. We may as well, right? Let us arm wrestle because you're a celebrity, basically. I find that aspect of how a lot of, and by a lot of I mean more than 0 MMORPGs. Hi, Coco. How are you? I forgot that my notification for host was Olmeda. Oh my god. That's funny. Hope you're all doing well, everyone who's coming in from Coco's raid. Yeah, I find that aspect of a lot of MMOs to be a little bit, like, just not my bag. We'll put it nicely. Again, it was a thing that was significantly stronger in PSO2, but yeah. I'm doing pretty good. I was gonna say I think I've mostly finished the stuff of this that I was gonna stream, but I am not 100% sure. Oh god, I need to look at my items. Oh, I need to not get bold. Oh, I bought the rings like right at the start. Wow. Actually a good choice, but oh, that's raspberry. Yeah, there you go. There's Lear's doing what he does best. Saying goofy things. I probably should buy another feather, and by another feather, I mean a feather at all. The amount of mobility that would add to this character would be immense. Wow, okay, Brian. Breeself, if that is your real name, which it's not, I've heard. Apparently it's like Briself or something. Hi, Briself. I hope you're doing pretty good. As I descended to a slight bit of like vague southern accent there for a second almost. I hope you're doing good, Breeze. So I almost say Briself again. Fuck. I'm sorry, Brian. I'm screwing it up real bad here. You know what? Let's go to the fireplace. And let's see how the Newt likes this big ol' I-beam. I'm gonna take a guess and say that he didn't like it. Nice, Lears. So swampy, even Ducks Unlimited won't touch her. Holy shit. I need to actually watch Shorzy. Oh my god. Anyway. So, yeah, I guess because I know Brian's here, I can talk about this DLC in general and just say, holy shit, look at how fast we're going. Wow. Wow, those drugs are doing a lot of drugs. Anyway, yeah, so, Brian, so if you're here, I guess I can say a thing about this DLC instead of whatever the hell I was talking about before. How many 9-volt batteries did I eat? So many. So many. Oh, boy. This is an amount of 9-volt batteries that nobody should have inside of their anything at any given period. Yeah, so all the new characters in the DLC are very awkward to play, is what I wanted to say. That's the main thing. That's the big take home here is... Oh, I can't get out of that. The item balance is all over the place. And by all over the place, I mean mostly real rough. Tripped over a cordless phone. Listen, I've dropped my phone places before it happened. Oh, you mean? Oh. Well, you see, Lears, unfortunately, there is a way for me to make your joke make sense. So, as he just comes in here with the McBain voice, that's the joke. I feel like that's the sort of thing that he would do, right? I've known this guy for 2 seconds, and I know that he likes Simpsons memes. He also really likes nuclear power, but yeah, I know, right? Nobody has a landline phone anymore. Weirdly enough, I remember a couple years ago, my family was like, oh, well, we should probably get a landline phone just in case it actually matters. And guess what has literally never been connected is the landline telephone that we purchased. So there's just a landline phone hanging out somewhere, you know, of like the cordless variety. I mean, at the very least, there's something kind of like admirable or collectionistic, I guess, to coin a word here, about purchasing an old school landline telephone for the purposes of like, hey, you think that old telephones are cool. I own a lot of weird old tech. I have one of the final models of the PC-98 series Japanese computers just hanging out on one of my bookshelves, which was a pretty dumb purchase, but I actually had a reason for it at one point. Unfortunately, that purpose is probably never going to come to pass, so I probably should just resell it, but whatevs. Anyway, yeah, so it's like, yeah, hey, there's a reason why you might want to do that. That's cool. You could use it as like a prop for your vaporwave music video or something that you're shooting out of your garage. Buying, however, a modern cordless landline phone is just wasteful. Hey, check this bullshit out. Oh. Am I getting sniped by a stupid garbage lizard? Come on. Game, now you're just being rude, alright? You're doing the exact same fucking thing over and over again and expecting shit to change at this point. Sorry. Yeah, I have a couple of like weird old cell phones, a couple old flip phones. I never sent all of those off to electronics recycleries or anything because I was like, hey, yeah, I can use these for prop purposes, but I digest. Akin to, yeah, sorry, I've been very slowly forgetting to read chat here. Yeah, 50 years, landline telephones are gonna make a comeback akin to how ham radios work. I could see it. Certainly, we exist at a point where, like, a lot of the old school feature phones are making a comeback as cell phones, as compared to, like, you know, smartphones, because people are just like, hey, yeah, smartphones actually just kind of suck now. And they kind of do. Yes, so... Well, here's my question, Retro, is that you say there's at least probably a Nokia in there. Is it the classic indestructible brick? Because those things never become useless. Mostly because you can, you know, sling them at people, but I would not recommend doing that at home. Don't. Or even worse, I would not recommend doing that outside of your home. In fact, probably not a good idea to actually take my advice on that one, period. But I digest. Like 1,000 mosquitoes having a taste test. Yes. Exactly, that's the thing, is that basically smartphones suck for a lot of the reason why the internet has gone through the same level of enshittification. Except that now it's also tied to your phone. And because of how many things really want a phone number out of you, that's kind of your lifeline in some regards. So now you've got all these companies who are just like absolutely, you know, vampire shit off of your... You can tell that my ability to use words has kind of decayed a little bit here. Once again, I need to get a feather, but I'm stupid. Had a big dinner. Pretty much. A whole lot of words involved there. Maybe I'm just afflicted with slow digestion. Let's take more safer spaces. I could take the needle tick, but I'm feeling a little bit lately like the needle tick is not good. Because it has such a massive delay before it procs its damage. Its damage is gross, but also it takes so long that sometimes it will do absolutely nothing for you. Word salad for dinner, that's pretty good. Anywho, do we get 10? Yeah, we got 10 daggers. I admit I stopped paying huge attention to that, too, so that's real good of me. Let's get a, let's get one of these. I also probably need to make my next big red item a pocket ICBM. Because we do still kind of vomit out a decent chunk of missiles, especially when we use that laser. Oh, game, you're being a real jerk here, aren't you? A real cheap ass. God, the noises that makes, by the way. It's like when you're outside and a jet is flying overhead because it's about to... I almost said about to dock. I'm losing it, clearly. I used to live out pretty close to O'Hare Airport, so I definitely was very familiar with that sound of the commercial planes flying overhead. and how much of a roar they could emit. Maybe that's why I can't hear anymore. Or something about Denny's. God damn it, Lears. Listen to you. Or just read what you're saying because you only typed it. I mean, there's that too. Are you sure you didn't? That seems like something you would do, dude. I don't know how to tell you this, but... Bonk! Nice. Very satisfying. Alright. Okay, I think we're done fucking around here. Let's fight the boss. Alright, show me that. Oh, it's not even an overloader. Come on, game. And hey, look, everybody's dead. Oh, also, that seashell, which is standing in for our 56 leaf clover. I failed to mention this. It makes bosses drop items too. It's kind of disgusting, actually. Take the Noxious Thorn, because we get hit a lot. So something that can actually take advantage of that might be useful. Oh, also, let's grab ourselves a horn. The old boat horn. Wait. Oh, is that out already? I heard that was going to be a thing. And in fact, I heard it through a meme because somebody posted just a blank Switch cover that had the logo for the collection and a picture of the cover of the rather infamous cover of Dawn of Sorrow, the one that was in like Europe or something, where it just had a picture of the cover of the game pasted on the. You know what I'm talking about. You know what that is. It's a pretty common meme image for how goofy it is. So yeah, well, I won't say it's impossible, but it is a thing that could happen, basically, because there's a massive retinue of games that exists in the world in general. So I don't 100% know where I'm going with this bit. Let's go to the Sky Stage. That's right. Give me that resonance disc. That's definitely the item I want the most out of my life right now. And totally not this brilliant behemoth. And yeah, we're gonna pound more shells because if we can get to 8-second cooldown, we don't have to buy more war horns. And we can spend our greens on items that don't suck. Or items that suck less anyway. Excuse me. That's satisfying. But also, we really don't get a good work at killing that guy whatsoever. Ah, well. Dong. Just one and done. Hell yeah. Ooh, yeah. Oh, I should have used that on a larger box. Oh, well. It seems to have worked out. Let's try not getting hit by that as as freely. Yo, wait, what the fuck? Why did we have so many spines stored? That's... Do we just keep overstocking them and I've never noticed? Like this whole time? I could completely believe that I wouldn't. Anyway, yeah, I'm taking another sale star. So... the sale stars, when you stack them up, they increase the chance of getting even more items out of that first chest instead of letting you just buy multiple chests in a row. Unfortunately, but yeah. Updated price. What's this? You know, I don't really have a whole lot of folks in my circle who are huge Risk of Rain 2 fans who don't already have it, but I will see that... I'll see to it that, like, well, I mean, I guess you could probably just message Lazy Fat Guys and tell them, because they're the main dudes. How much did I pay for it? I paid $15. Which I would assume that that is supposed to be, like, the core price. They would probably not apply to the Americans, but would apply to, like, folks from Australia and other places like that. And what do you mean by places like that? That's a good question. I just thought of Australia first because I know that Australian prices are fucked. Just in general. Alright, hey, game, do you want to get... Oh. That's rude, game. Can't even be bothered to give me the one that I want that's actually good. Some days, I feel like the middle tier is even rarer than the upper tier of void item rarities. What, don't you want this sweet benthic bloom so that way you can completely shit on your build? No, actually, for some reason I don't. It sounds really strange when I say it out loud, yeah, but hear me out here. What if instead I actually had a good build, right? What if instead I kept all of the staples that are at the lower rarities? And that's the thing that I think gets caught up a little bit in there is that unfortunately there aren't great replacements for a lot of staples of the base tier items. Like, there aren't really speed items in red. Which is funny because something, here's a joke that the punchline is Char Aznable, but... When I say that, I think about the JoJo's reference in Hypnospace Outlaw, and the fact that Jay Tholen apparently didn't know that it was a JoJo reference, because he's not that well versed in anime. And it's like, hey, yeah, every nerd thing that you think is, like, super common is actually still kind of niche. And there's gonna be plenty of people who are like, what the fuck are you talking about? Even a lot of Simpsons quotes, actually. That reminds me, I need to, like, just actually watch through the full series of The Simpsons at some point. Up through, like, the first 10 seasons or so, probably. First. You know, not the newer stuff can go take a hike, but I actually didn't see a whole lot of that because, you know, when I was growing up, my parents were like extremely like, hey, yeah, don't. And God, I hated the sound of them yelling. which unfortunately they did, not at me, but in general, an amount that is more than makes me comfortable. And now practically anytime I can hear their voice over my headphones, I start getting a little bit, I start flinching a little bit. Anyway, where's the... I think we're out of chests, so let's hit the teleporter. And not really even have enough spawns to get to 15 kills in one death ray. Which is a little tragic. We're still trying to get that. Don't take the roll of pennies, even though it would be very easy money for us because we get hit all the time. Speaking of getting hit all the time, we should probably take some of this razor wire. So that way we can take advantage of that. But also, now that our guy is on drugs, it's a lot harder for us to get hit as easily, so... Okay, well, it seems like 16 is our peak right now. And I don't know how the hell we got to that point in the first place. I'm just sort of befuddled by this particular state of affairs. Okay, we've got a thing. We've got money. Cough up. Come on. There we go. They gave us an item. It's not even the last item in there. Hey, thank goodness we got everything out of this. Yay. Yay. We got for stages here. We got the void and we got ice. I don't really particularly like either of those, so I think I'm just going to say no to that. And we're going to pick up... We're going to pick up that thing. That's right. I don't think that we have anything that's that chance-based, but just in case... Actually, we got the teeth. What am I talking about? Those are all chance-based. I keep forgetting to get the you know, the thing that I've forgotten the name of. The pocket ICBM. There we go. That's the thing. Start running around a little bit and Alright, come on, boys. Everybody get over here. There's a void crab hanging out around somewhere, by the way. So that's interesting. Yeah, that's not nearly enough stuff. Tragic. Not that I should be even remotely surprised, but it won't stop me from being disappointed. Well, they brought it upon themselves. And actually, they did this time. They shot me, and the razor wire responded in kind. I probably dumped my Sail Star on something that I didn't need to a little too early. Oh well. Yeah, because there was one of these over here. That could have helped. Alright, void item. Fuck you, game. Come on. Always got to be like this? And the answer is yes, by the way. I know that. Don't tell me. I do love, by the way, that it's just instances of enemies attacking me and they get exploded and turned into items. That's deeply hilarious. Alright, come on. All you beetles, get over here. Yeah! There we go. Finally! And now all that's left to unlock is the chef move. So, I mean, realistically, I don't even have to win this. I don't even have to win this anymore. But, where's that Halcyon Shrine? Because I think this should basically shortcut us to the trial. Nice low frame rate mini boss there. I only dropped a white item this time. I think we have to actually let the thing max out in order to get a higher tier of item. Maybe? Alright, you go ahead and get some rest. was a gold elite. That's almost interesting. Unfortunately, only almost. So, eh. Let me get another jump going, because we'd like to be able to navigate the trial properly anyway. Yeah, now we're really getting this guy going. This is actually a pretty good character. But also, wow, what a massive poke we took there at the beginning. That's quite unfortunate. Oh, hey, check it out. 3 items. Wax quail. I'll take a wax quail. It's gonna be useful for that purpose, I swear. Go oof. Leg of lamb. Oh, nice. Sorry, give me my lightning strikes. And the silence between 2 of them. Wait. That's a reference to an item we will almost never see, I don't think. Oh, hey, we can sprint with the laser. I think I've noticed that before, but I don't know now. Alright. Feather? Feather. Alright, so let's go and complete the trial again, just because, honestly, why not, right? It's something to do, isn't it? It's a way to close out a run instead of standing around waiting for death. Oh, I just heard an enemy get killed and drop an item. That's pretty funny. Pretty funny, game. Alright, where's my mini missile? There we go. Mini missiles are so good. Let's go. Ew. Can I skip the cutscene? No. Damn. This guy really doesn't do anything special, huh? He disabled my buttons, though. That's interesting. This is a temporary thing. Huh. Neat. Alright. So, go in here. Let's offer an item. Take the shell. Oh, hey, we can teleport to the lava stage after that. Neat. Instead of just eliminating ourselves. Well, whatever. Alright, so what's our new move? Laser Burst. Fires a piercing laser for 1,000 damage, refilling 30% lunar spikes. This is in stock by Grove. Alright, so one last thing. It's time to awkwardly flounder as the chef. I was just making sure that I was actually done here. In order to get the thing from the bison. Okay, so Artifact of Rebirth, by the way, takes only the last item that you fed it. So in this case, because Sonorous Whispers was inserted, we could take that next time and we would start only with that, but not with the Aurelianite seed from before. So, duly noted for anybody who is curious about that sort of thing, that is how you do it. And yeah. So, one last attempt at a run for the night, and by attempt at a run, I mean really just attempting to cook some bulls, basically. Is this a stage that spawns bison to start with? I don't believe it is, but we may or may not find out soon, because I remember one of the beginning stages has bison as an option. Actually, this is the stage that we saw the variant of earlier. That's interesting. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Alright, I really need some speed. So I'm just gonna start my first few levels here getting speed items. And by levels, I mean my first few purchases, rather. Ooh, hey, log for this location. Nice. And multiple large chests in the area. At the very least, the beetles are fairly easily killed by the boomeranging cleaver. I just find this thing to be a pain in the butt because it's not a very fast projectile. That oil wave is pretty strong, though. That does good work. Alright, so we'll start taking these. God, we really can't aim that more up or down, can we? That's a pain in the butt. Open that. Ooh, it's red. And there's guys behind me. So I truly need every advantage I can get. I need the Tesla coil. I also need it to pop real fast, because otherwise this could be a problem. There we go. It's going. There we go. There's our environment log. For what little import that has, I mean, it's not really content. Risk of Rain 2 is not a game that really requires you to engage with the lore, even though I quite like a lot of Risk of Rain 2's lore. I think it's pretty neat. It does a lot of the like sci-fi cosmology kind of stuff real well, all considered. But definitely it is very ignorable. Which, to be fair, I'll take that over some games that are just like, hey, yeah, we made up a bunch of BS for you to be interested in, and none of it has any real value for you to bother reading. Which, yeah, this is kind of a roast at Kingdom Hearts and stuff of that ilk specifically. For anyone who's like, what's the joke here? It's the joke here is that Kingdom Hearts is not good, etc. And yet you think about the fact that Kazushige Nojima, who's one of the main guys who wrote a lot of stuff in most of the Kingdom Hearts series, was also a writer on FF7 and on FF10. Although, truth be told, I kind of... Maybe I just want to be nice to Tetsuya Nomura today, but I almost feel like that's more his baby than anyone else's. Or maybe I'm just hoping that he's tasteful enough for that to be the case or something. I don't know where to go. I fell in this stump hole and now I'm... Oh. Looks like it's actually quite easy to get out of here. And now I have to figure out where the teleporter is, because I feel like I've seen it, but I also don't know where it is. Which, what a great position to be in. Because surely I feel like we've mostly exhausted this level at this point. And yeah, this is almost assuredly not the stage that can have bison spawn on it, which is sad. There's our exit. All right, off we go. Take charge perforator because we need damage really badly. That's probably just a tin can drone. Go delete the spam out of my inbox real quick. Mark all the messages on Discord as read. I'm pretty sure it's just one dude who started streaming and had a disconnect. Oh no, it's two guys who started streams. Never mind. See, I love the animation on that move, but I don't think it's well suited to this particular game. Oh boy, hopefully we can get one of the easy Newt altars here. Yeah, Chef really needs to hit the bottle pretty hard in order to have any semblance of capability. It's not in the corner pocket. Die already, dude. There we go. Jesus, that was worrying. Those minigun guys are disgusting. They probably shouldn't be on a stage 2. But that's just me being a wuss. Oh, fuck you, game. Now we have to take our chances on getting a use item in order to get to the last possible location for a Newt altar on the stage. And we have to spend it on a Milky Chrysalis in order to be able to fly. Or a Volcanic Egg, I suppose, is also a good option. In fact, I'm confident enough with the Volcanic Egg that I would probably take the egg. But also, game, god damn it, come on. Show a little bit of restraint. And I'm just remembering how fun this guy was in Risk of Rain 1. And in this game, he's just not. Because they done screwed up. That costs a little too much money for me, really, but yeah. Just take more feathers. Because at this point, it's something useful, I guess. In theory, it might help me platform up to where I need to go. And need to is, excuse me, kind of not a joke. Where the hell is... There it is. This is where I have to go for this, right? I'm not like a complete buffoon, at least not about this one thing. This might be the wrong tower, but... Oh. Yeah, I was gonna say, it'll be really funny to just rain the goo down on enemies, and then the game was just like, yeah, what if we didn't let you do that, though? Okay, yeah, I was on the wrong tower. That's good. I was getting a little worried. As I so frequently do. It's a pity I had to give up the one use item in the level for that, but, you know, sometimes the game just cuts you a bad deal. Yeah, sometimes you just get offered a bad trade, right? Right, Lears? I don't think he's here right now. Oh, well. Yeah. Oh God, why do you have to make this an international incident game? Fuck. Please don't let me die here. Like, I managed to just barely get a start going here. Don't need the game to be too much of a jerk to me. Not that I'll stop it from happening, but I digress. Alright, let's go. Alright. Now, what's a good chef without a little bit of alcoholism? Wait. I don't know where I'm going with this, but... Shells, shells, shells. And shells. And we should buy an item before we go, and that's going to probably be an alien head. Yep. Ah, see, now we've got actual speed going, so... Our life isn't completely horrible, just mostly. Oh, that looked and felt a little weird. So we're finally in the saddle here. Unfortunately, our move pool is still going to be awkward as fuck, but what can you do? You can see that imp acting a little funny. As for why I bought that equipment drone, by the way, it was because I wanted to put the item to use in some way, and having something to turn into a target for it seems like a pretty good use of my resources. Also, on this stage, I just sort of mentally parse a lot of sound effects as just being the bull sounds, because they usually are quite frequent on this stage. But we've only got to find and cook 9 more bison. I probably should see about, like, getting them to spawn before I buy too many, like, DPS items. Because I have a feeling that I could accidentally get into a position where I just kill them with the the glob vomit instead of being able to roast them, which would be a bit of a problem, because yes. Oh, so is this what the game is going to do now? Is it's not going to spawn like any of the enemy that I need? I wouldn't put it past the game to just be like, yeah, we know what you're doing, buddy. So now we're not going to spawn the incredibly common enemy on this stage. Okay, that's charging up much faster now, by the way, as well. So I think that's tied to attack speed. Or at least to something. Game? Game. Where's the bison? Come on. I even call him the right thing for once. But no, all it's giving me is little garbage lizards and stupid useless imps. Oh, I heard one. Roast it. There we go. So that's 2 out of 10 that I need. Okay. Well, we're off to a rip-roaring start here, folks. And there's the golem dead. Hilariously so. Where? Come on, game. Come on. Excuse me. Game, I just need you to spawn this exceedingly common enemy in this stage, and you're not doing it. And then I can stop goofing off, and I can, I don't know, probably just die because the chef. I don't have fun with this character, but, eh. Anyway, I'll be right back, though, and then we'll try to do this more. Okay, gang, I'm back. It's time for us to continue to get bullied by this game in the stupidest way possible. Ooh, here we go. Here's a couple of them. Okay, well, Alright, well that one wore off is the problem, so... There, yeah, I was gonna say, there's like no chance of us not killing that dude. So we've got 3 out of 10 so far. Because we managed to screw up on 2 of them, but that'd be a good cause for me actually to go buy a few backup magazines from some of the white chests. If we can. Oh no, get him. Yeah, there we go. That one's roasted. So that's 4. Yep, only missing 6 now, and then we can go off and be done with this. And I can continue to be disappointed in how this turned out. This DLC in particular. Ah, shit. We overdid it. Yeah, that's why the glasses were a real bad idea. It's 5, I believe. Not sure if I heard another guy. No. No! Fuck you, Mouse 2. Jesus, man. That's great. I'm so glad. I feel like I need to rebind that, or God help me, start playing with a controller. Imagine playing this game with a controller. I mean, I don't know, maybe nowadays modern like twin stick stuff probably works a little better, but still. Alright, 6 bison cooked. My Tesla coil is interfering with that. I'm gonna be real sad. Just by the way, I just wanted to point that out. Bison. Come on, guys. There we go. There's another one. Oh, that one got by my Tesla coil for sure. Fuck! It's overperforming, man! It's in too good of shape. And it's causing me problems. I am honestly not surprised. Okay, I think yeah, considering we're doing like the super fire to that thing, I think it got oiled, so I'm pretty sure we can probably count that as number 7. It would really help if I could like pin that on my HUD somewhere as an achievement to be like, hey, yeah, I keep count of this thing, Knucklehead. And I could watch it go up or fail to go up, as the case may be, in real time. And then when my garbage Tesla coil inevitably kill steals like 6 times when I'm at 9 out of 10, I can be incredibly aggrieved. Thought I heard one, but I think it was mostly just the cacophony of weird shit around that massive group of imps. Alright, here we go. Here's one. Oh, I missed. Oh, I missed. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I get it. Wario speaking German at me and nobody understands it, because, you know. Oh, that one's an elite. That should be much harder to kill with the Tesla coil. Alright, so is that 8? God, I hope so. That guy's gonna die from oil shots, so... Maybe not, so that might have been 9. I hope it was 9. I'm so ready to be done with this bullshit. I can't eat... bullshit. Anyway. Jokes aside, no, I seriously am just so done with this. I was done with it like an eon ago. It's truly bizarre to me how hard this is. In fact, I feel like I should double check to make sure that this is actually the correct thing here. Yeah, Prime Meridian events for everybody. Yeah, complete 10 recipes by searing an oiled bison with sear. Okay, so I'm doing the right thing, right? Alright, come on. Bison. Hello. I just need one more. Just one more, game. Just one more. As far as I know. Oh, I heard it go. Fortunately, I don't know where it's... There it is. Okay. And I missed it. One. Oh. I think it's getting arced. Yeah. Yeah, so we failed that miserably because, again, goddamn Tesla coil decided to kick in. And also, of course, the fact that just the oil burst by itself does stupid amounts of damage. In fact, truly, I think that the requirement for you to do a combo in a specific order on them is kind of an issue in and of itself. Just because that oil burst does actually do really good damage. So it's very easy to screw it up as a consequence. Let me do any combo on them. Let me just cook them through whatever method. And let that count. So that way I can just throw the knife first or something. Also, by the way, yeah, you should probably know that my attempts to use that drone as like a target for enemies once in a while does not appear to have worked at any point. So yeah, this equipment drone ended up being completely useless. Like, even more than I would have expected, really. Game, y'all get any more than bisons? That's right, I'm pretty sure that bisons is not the plural in any particular anything, any context whatsoever, but I said it anyway. And that didn't get us the achievement. Well, that's unfortunate. Again, don't know what I did wrong in that case. Is it because I'm not necessarily always scoring the killing blow with the fire? Or are they burning to death instead of taking the fire Okay. Sure, that one I just attacked with just the oil. And it died. So, at this point, I don't know what to tell you. Except that I don't know that this is going to get me fall damage. Oh, there we go. Yeah, we're taking fall damage. Alright, good. Just do this to reduce our HP as low as it will possibly let us. And then we go back to the main stage and get killed. Come on. There we go. Yep. Good. That's the ending that we deserve for the chef. But we've unlocked all the skills, all the characters, and all the items. Chef, boost the next skill. Oh my god, they actually did include it. You just have to unlock it. Okay, now we have to do a quick test of it, actually, to see how this works. Alright, let's clear the area a little bit, because I want to be able to tab to read these. Oh, that's some nice sounds. Or cleaver, he's getting recall. Okay, I mean, that... Is that, like... It doesn't seem to change the explanation. Okay, yeah. Oh, man. That is, like, the classic... Oh, that's actually kind of cool. Unfortunately, this character is still disgustingly awkward to play, but also I am happy about that. That they did actually, you know, recognize enough to give... Oh, and that's a proper ranged attack? That's pretty nice. It's a pity that its cooldown is like 1 trillion years, though. Oh, we turn into a whirlwind of blades while we're doing that. That's kind of neat. I'm actually not unhappy with this. Unfortunately, the character still isn't great to play as, but I admire that they were actually cooking a little bit with this part of things. So, yeah. Finally, we got something that's useful for that character. Cool. But also, we have unlocked all of the new, like, gameplay content. So the odds are good that in future streams, I'll be pivoting to something else. Because I don't know that I feel like unlocking all those costumes on camera.